For the better part of the last year and a half, the airport connector in Warwick has been a maze of orange barrels and jersey barriers, giving a not-so-friendly welcome to passengers and visitors to TF Green Airport. During that time, TF Green has become a hot airport, recently ranked by a national travel magazine in the top 10. Passenger traffic is up, and 4 new airlines are providing service after the completion of a runway extension project decades in the making. Even the New England Patriots announced they'd be parking one of their Boeing 767 team planes at the airport. But the Uber and taxi drivers hear a familiar conversation when they pick up or drop passengers off. They ask about the ongoing construction. Quote, "And it seems like it's going to never end," Uber driver Dave Ransom told the Hummel Report. They had barrels up long before the construction began, and often you might see 1 or 2 flaggers out there. You'll see days where there's a single police car there, but most of the time, there's no activity. It's just a mess. The Airport Connector project began in March of 2016 and isn't scheduled for completion until next year. A 2-year window for what looks like the repair of 3 separate bridges along the mile-long stretch of the highway. But the Hummel Report has learned there is a reason for the apparent lack of activity along the connector. Reconstruction of those 3 bridges is part of a larger $8.2 million project that had workers many times over the past year assigned 3 miles away, repairing 4 additional bridges on Route 2 near the malls. The entire project, including a total of 7 bridges, isn't scheduled for completion until next summer.
Could we have designed it differently and phased it differently to compact the time? Yes, I think we can. And we're doing that now with our new projects.
During a wide-ranging interview last week, DOT Director Peter Alviti said the department had already sunk nearly $500,000 of design work into the 7-bridge project when he arrived as director in early 2015. The main reason for bundling so many bridges was economy of scale. Alviti said the state will save nearly $1 million. But that has left motorists at times wondering why the route to the airport is a work zone with seemingly no work. Activity picked up significantly late last month after we started making inquiries. After days of only 1 or 2 workers on the 3 bridges, a crew on the last Friday of October began pouring concrete on the bridge deck that spans Post Road on the westbound side. DOT traffic counts estimate the airport connector carries 36,000 vehicles a day. Of those, 8,000 travel all the way to Green Airport, with the others peeling off at either Jefferson Boulevard or Post Road along the way.
I know that there have been some discussions, particularly with people you've talked to, that they think that it's taking too long. We started the project in March of 16, and it will be completed in May of 18. And that is the period of time that was designed into the construction period.
Who made that determination?
It kind of evolved out of the original design that we got and the way that they would have to be done and the way that the bid package was constructed to take that amount of time.
Alviti said this project involves renovation and not bridge replacement, which can take a lot longer. The department could not use an accelerated bridge program as it did last month on a stretch of Route 95 in Exeter, and a year ago when the DOT replaced 2 bridges over 2 separate weekends in East Providence, minimizing traffic disruption and saving millions of dollars in construction costs. At the airport connector, the contractor had to do extensive work that includes concrete repairs, waterproofing, replacing bridge joints, and minor paving and striping. Some of that work is under the bridge, out of the view of most motorists.
When you're doing 7 bridge projects at one time, it could be that materials become available, certain steel becomes available, is fabricated in a way that it becomes available in another project and you move people over to that other project to address that delivery. Or it could be that you do a concrete pour at one location, and while it's curing, you move your people to another location where they're doing similar kind of work. Could we have shortened the time period? I'm sure we could. I've talked with the project managers on this job, and had we designed it and implemented it differently, we could have phased it so that rather than having all 7 bridges have some kind of traffic controls put on them, we could have done them individually so that each one would have had the traffic controls in a little bit shorter period of time.
Or maybe through Jefferson and Post Road, get that done maybe in a season or a year or whatever.
Right.
Alviti said the 7 bridges were in varying states of degradation, but the DOT is making a preemptive strike now with repair work so it doesn't have to replace them later at 4 or 5 times the cost. As for how the project looks, Alviti said that all depends on who is looking at it.
Aesthetics are very subjective, okay? To a person like me driving into an airport and seeing that kind of construction going on, I'm saying to myself, here's a state that's investing in their infrastructure, and I like to see construction going on. It means they're investing in maintaining their roads and bridges, right? To others, the mere appearance of a cone, because it's a different color or whatever, it could be distracting and may not be as aesthetically pleasing. We understand that.
Alviti noted, and the Rhode Island Airport Corporation confirmed they have received no complaints of traffic backups that have caused any passengers to miss flights. The Rhode Island State Police said it investigated 13 crashes over the past year on the airport connector and exit entrance ramps leading to it. Alviti said this project has made him and the department rethink their approach going forward.
What we could have done in this case is put requirements in to phase the work so that concentration is on maybe 1 or 2 bridges instead of 7 all at once.
The high visibility bridges.
And then phase after those, in other words, have a sequence. So say, do these 2 first, and then these 2, and these 2, and put kind of milestones for the completion of each one that would still get it done in that 2-year period, but the disruption in any one area would have been shorter lived.
The good news is the project is on time and on budget. And this is what the eastbound lane looked like last week. Orange barrels gone and smooth sailing into the airport. A reprieve until work resumes again in the spring. In Warwick, Jim Hummel for the Hummel Report.